Arnold's Outdoors. Today we're going to be talking about the Springfield Prodigy. Not brand new, but still pretty
somewhat
new.
new.
Yeah, about a year now.
Something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, Springfield Prodigy. It is a 1911, but it's not, right,
Yes.
Parker? I mean, well, it's 1911 action. It's single action, hammer fired, but it's double stack, 9mm. And tell us some cool facts, Parker, about the Springfield Prodigy. What's interesting about it? What's cool?
So it's what you would technically consider a 2011. So the frame is actually two pieces. So you got the steel part that has your hammer, your trigger mechanism, the rail, and all that. But then they attach a polymer grip on it. So that's how you get the double stack. So you got 20 rounds on tap. That's pretty stout for a double stack 9mm, especially with a 1911 style. So that's a big upgrade over a standard single stack 1911 where you get 10 rounds with a 9mm one. Still standard grip safety. Everything, all the controls are normal, just like a 1911 would be. It's just a little bit bigger grip.
Yeah.
So,
and we have two different models. Well, two different barrel lengths here. I have the 4 1/4 inch. Parker has the 5 inch. Depends on what you're wanting to do. I mean, I guess what would be a benefit over the 5 inch over the 4 1/4?
If you're strictly gonna shoot iron sights, the 5 inch would be nice. You get a bit longer sight radius. Other than that, I mean, if you're gonna get a red dot, it probably doesn't matter. The recoil impulse may be a little bit nicer on the 5, but it'll be real close. You're splitting hairs, really. It really just comes down to what you like better.
Yeah.
If you have the potential to if you wanted to carry it or something like that, the 4 1/4 may be more advantageous just because of that little bit shorter barrel.
Yeah, and so yeah, benefits of this gun. I mean, like Parker said, it's 2011, like a 1911, same controls and everything. So if you just can't get past, you don't want to go into the full polymer, the Glocks, the Springfield Sig, Smith & Wesson, etc. This is a good time. This is a good, I guess, compromise for the guys that just refuse to get away from the 1911. Now, yeah, it's 9mm, but I mean, having a double stack, in a 1911 style pistol or 2011, very, controls are nice and crisp. Everything works, really feels very intuitive. But one thing I don't like, it's if I have to complain about something, it's the slide catch, slide release, whatever you feel like calling it. They could have put a little bit more material. I don't know if you can. It's a little far away. You might be able to see on the B-roll footage, but they could have put a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a little slim. I'm not too wild about it. I know even on a standard 1911, typically you'd be using your support hand to drop it, but there's just not enough on it to do that, which is kind of bad. But fortunately I did check, there's some aftermarket solutions for triggers, ignition kits, mag wells, slide stops, safeties, all kinds of stuff. There's a pretty good aftermarket support for them already, so you can get that fixed up.
And other differences between besides the obvious caliber and capacity, no bushing.
No bushing.
And it also has a real thick stainless steel barrel there, so or bull barrel.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, the gun feels great. Fiber optic front sight, really nice. I'd prefer that over traditional night sights, if you're running a light especially.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just see an outline anyways. You should be shooting with a red dot at this point.
Ooh.
So
yeah, I agree. And speaking of red dots, tell us about the mounting system.
So they use the agency AOS optics mounting system. You can put a bunch of different red dots on there. That's pretty much the short of it. What fits better is like the Holosun K series. The narrower red dot bodies kind of fit better, but you can put a full-size red dot on it. That's not a problem.
Yep. And it's already got the elevated, sights on and everything. So
well, that rear sight comes off with the plate. So
well.
But red dots at this point are getting so good and so durable that backup irons will probably see that in the next couple years fade off. So,
well, and we've touched on the twin round mag, and it does come with other high capacity magazines you can purchase. So if that's not enough for you, but yeah, 20 rounds is pretty stout. I mean, that's and I'm starting to see police agencies too are starting to carry these. It's a little more affordable than the higher end 2011s.
Yeah, double the price to the next bump up.
So you're not, if you don't want to drop $3K, on the bigger brands, this is definitely something to dip your toes in if you want to, just see what they're about. Well guys, short sweet little video there on the Prodigy. Tell us what you think. You know, leave us a comment, like, subscribe if you like the content. We really appreciate it. Again, these videos are brought to you by Reynolds Outdoors, nobody else. YouTube doesn't, you know, they don't like us that much, but it's okay. All right guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.